Gary Gensler and the SEC under fire, and Jay Clayton, they want his documents around Ethereum and Bitcoin because he's the one that initiated the case against Ripple and XRP. This stuff is heating up, and if you're paying attention, you're going to be a very, very small portion of the population that transforms your family's timeline. My name is Coach JV. What I work to do is make the very complex macro and microeconomic strategies very, very simple so we can understand it, not understand it, so we can understand it to apply it to our practical everyday life. We get thousands of messages every single week on JV. How did you do it? How did you go from completely broke in 2020 to invest in a speculative asset called crypto to 5 pillars of wealth, to transforming my family's life to wealth timeline, and now switching to generational wealth in the next 24 months. I wrote a absolutely free book, absolutely free resource. We've had over 10, coming up on 11,000 downloads in 14 days, and you can be the next one. So you just put your email in. It's going to be in your inbox in 15 minutes, no hoops to jump through. It's be ready to rock and roll, digital download. You'll be ready to read the book, a 16-page book where I break down the exact blueprint. It's absolutely free. Also, within the description of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter, in my bio, you can set up a free consultation where the book will be as well with my Index Universal Life team. I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states. I'm now transitioning to Canada. It'll take about 60 days where you can set up a free consultation if you're worried about your 401k, or you're worried about your retirement, or you don't even know how to retire properly. We can teach you how to retire tax-free, secure, compound, and grow through insurance, which is tier 1 capital, one of the safest capitals on earth. So that's in the description of this video as well. But if you're ready to jump into our Warrior Academy, our Education Academy, that is in the description as well. So there's 2 free resources, free consultation. You also have the free book. And if you're ready to jump in the academy and dive right in, like over 7,000 warriors, go ahead and join today. All right, so let's dive right into this. So Gary Gensler had the hearing yesterday, and he is getting hammered, family. So now remember, we got to remember how things have transitioned. First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. We went from 2017, Larry Fink telling you cryptocurrency is a fraud, Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan saying that cryptocurrency is a fraud, to now large institutions working to get a Bitcoin ETF. They're figuring out how to implement blockchain technology. They're all figuring out how to custody your crypto, and they're going heavily after the SEC now for stifling innovation in America. I truly believe it's all planned out. It's all basically problem, reaction, solution, and we're just watching a theater play out to move our monetary system to blockchain technology, on-demand liquidity, 24/7 real-time payments. So let's pay attention to what they're saying.
So should we take action there? SEC's mandatory statutory authority. While the Securities and Exchange Commission is engaged in a wide-ranging regulatory agenda, you seem to have overlooked the importance of public input, resulting in bipartisan bicameral concerns. Members of both sides of the aisle have raised valid concerns regarding the MiFID relief, swing pricing, hard close, as well as your equity market structure overhaul. The Securities and Exchange Commission has taken no action to address these concerns. Second, you continue to fail to prioritize capital formation. Among your expansive rulemaking agenda items, there is not a single initiative aimed at improving access to capital or enhancing market competitiveness. Third, your efforts to choke off the digital asset ecosystem, which has created real harm for consumers and our markets, is clear to all. You said the law is clear, but your actions have created more confusion and lasting damage. Chair Gensler, you've also said your goal is consumer protection. Yet your actions have pushed legitimate digital asset activities outside of regulated financial institutions where consumers are best protected. On one hand, we've seen bipartisan votes in Congress, in this committee, to provide clear rules of the road and real consumer protection. And on the other, we've seen your ad hoc regulation by enforcement approach to digital assets on a losing streak in the courts. You refuse to be transparent with Congress regarding your interactions with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. That's the investigation we started last Congress. Finally, your lack of responsiveness to this committee's legitimate oversight continues to be unacceptable. And I want to finish here. In February, the committee made multiple requests for documents to the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is normal congressional oversight. Yet 7 months later, the committee has not received a single non-public document that was not part of a FOIA production. As I said, our patience is wearing thin. The SEC is not above the law, nor is it unique. Other financial regulators have routinely complied with congressional oversight. So let me be clear. I do not want to be the first chairman of this committee to issue a subpoena to the Securities Exchange Commission. And you should not want to be the first SEC chair to receive a congressional subpoena.
Okay, I'll stop right there. So this is getting serious, or this is all played out. So Jay Clayton, the oversight, not the oversight committee, but the, I can't remember the name of that committee, but they're asking for his documents. Jay Clayton initiated the case against Ripple, okay, for XRP being a security, and then 2 days later left to consult for a cryptocurrency fund. He sits on the board of directors now for the bank bailing committee. Gary Gensler came in, who came from the CFTC, the head MIT professor for cryptocurrency. I truly believe that behind the scenes, this is all either a played out methodical plan to move us into a new monetary system, and they're all or playing us, or there is a big separation right now where they're going to go after him. They're going to subpoena the SEC, and this is going to make the SEC look really bad. So I'd love to hear your comments down below, but trust me, I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about focusing on energy, studying past, so I can predict the future. And I believe that cryptocurrency done correctly and taking profits correctly and securing into tier one capital, real estate, business, precious metals, and self-development will be the radical transformation you need to transform your family's life. So Gary Gensler testifies before Congress facing increasing lawsuits over his mini rule changes. So he got blasted during that thing. I highly recommend you dive into it. Okay. So then this was also sent to Gary Gensler, and it says, we write to ensure the Securities Exchange Commission does not continue to discriminate against spot Bitcoin exchange, so ETFs. The SEC is responsible for making certain products that comply with investor protection standards and are made available to investors. The position was affirmed 3-0 by the United States Court of Appeals District of Columbia last month in Grayscale's Investments LLC versus SEC. The circuit court upheld Grayscale's position that the SEC violated Administrative Proceeding Act when it denied Grayscale's application to convert Grayscale Bitcoin Trust GBTC to a spot Bitcoin ETP. So they're basically stonewalling. I mean, they're rightfully, or not rightfully, they're blatantly, not rightfully, blatantly stonewalling. Okay. So it says U.S. House lawmakers push SEC Gensler to approve spot Bitcoin ETF immediately. I flip-flopped those two. I should have showed you the document first. So I just want to share with you guys, the tides are shifting fast. And right now we're on the verge of an October 1st government shutdown. I'm jumping on a flight within like the next hour and a half to head out to Ripple. Ripple's going to make a big announcement, or the Ripple event. Things are happening quickly now. Okay. So the key to this is to the opposite of the 99%. I truly feel like there's going to be a big market pullback. When there's a big market pullback, that is the opportunity to buy. When everybody's coming in, that is your opportunity to sell. I'm going to repeat the same things over and over again. When I sell, I'm securing in tier one capital, which is insurance, index universal life. Okay. I don't know if it'll work for you, but it works for me. It makes me feel secure. It's tax-free retirement. Nobody can touch it. It's also for legacy building. Okay. I'm in the process of getting a trust set up where I'll have a legacy policy. I have my retirement policy already, and then I'll have a leverage policy. So my family will come to my bank, my family bank. And I have business, information, technology, and attention. Self-development is one of my biggest investments. We have gold, or excuse me, we're precious metals. I have silver. I'm going into gold very soon. And then next year, we're going vertical apartment complexes, multifamily with our group in our Warrior Academy to expand our depreciating assets, and then also to have some tax liabilities and also have some earned income or some revenue. Right. And we feel like people are going where we live, they're knocking down malls and building apartment complexes everywhere. The whole dynamic is changing. How you interact, how you go to work, how you date, everything is changing, family. It's the age of Aquarius. It's quantum, it's air. It's a very different environment. There is nothing to fear other than not getting your shit together, focusing on self-development, education. Okay. When you look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. So really dive in, family. This is your time. We have tons of free resources for you. Or if you're ready to dive into my academy, get in there with over 7,000 warriors worldwide have transformed their lives with my revolutionary 120-day challenge. I'm very honored to be with you guys. I appreciate you. I hope to help over 1 million people within the next 12 months with our free resource get their shit together. Remember, if you don't rewire the foundation, you're going to end up in the same situation. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go. Love you guys.